Welcome guys to the channel again. My name is Kalambai. This is Fruitful Investment Strategies, and here we are promoting successful businesses, successful minds, and encouraging people to actually invest themselves. Today I want to talk about how to make black-owned business survive the wind. So we see that many black-owned businesses have many difficulties to start in the beginning. And for a black man actually to get even the money for you to start a business, it's very, very difficult because the financial institutions do not trust us. And, the law is not really there to support us. Even where they say, okay, it's actually all right, a black man can actually own what they want, but still more the minds of the people who have the money really do not work with us. So the thing is, okay, if you have started that business, which is very hard to do, you have established a business, how can you go through it? Because most of the time we see the problem that we have as Africans is that we even ourselves have difficulties trusting our own brothers and supporting their own business and supporting their development. We do not want to really invest in their business. We do not want to support them to actually go up. We do not lift them up. What I've come to realize is that many Jewish society, what they do is that they actually support one another. And as I'm from Africa, from Congo, for many of you who have been in Africa, you see that white people or maybe expatriates, they live in these very rich areas whereby they support one another. They have their own business. They know where their brothers and their people live in, and they go and they support those businesses. But for a black man, it's very difficult because once we are in the West, you see that first of all, the areas that the black people live in are very, really touristic places. People are poor. And in that way, when you open a business in such an area, you cannot really gain a lot of gain from it. And most even black people do not trust to invest or to buy from you as a business owner. What do they prefer? They prefer Chinese, they prefer Turkish, they prefer, someone from India. And we neglect ourselves, which leads to self-destruction. Charity begins at home. And we do not have charity with ourselves. We do not have love with ourselves, which really leads us to go down. We have to really allocate. For us to really help one another, we have to allocate where these black businesses are and try to really invest in them. But what I've come to realize is that many of our black sisters or black brothers who have started a business, you see somebody going in their shop or whatever they do, and somebody is asking them to go even lower in the price. I think it's not fair. I think we should really support one another. In Congo, for example, you see people buying Chinese goods, buying Turkish goods, buying, Korean goods. But they will leave just an African brother or sister who is just having a shop beside them. That's the same thing in the US. In the USA, even black people do not support their own brothers. So I think we have really to reconsider ourselves and really to work with ourselves in how we invest. We have to support one another. Black business is suffering. People are suffering and are closing a lot. The American law does not allow them to even open businesses, and it's very difficult for them to open business. But once somebody has opened a business, please, I'll ask you and I'll consider each and every one of them to help them. It's really easy for a Caucasian to sell than it is for an African, a black African to sell. Why? Because the color of the skin itself, it's really has made people think psychologically that the person is better than the other. That in itself is really, it destroys. But the thing is, we have, I'm not only talking to Africans or black people, but I'm just talking to everybody so that we can understand how much more Africans have very difficulty to hold a black business in the environment that they live in. So, and I'm encouraging each and everyone who's looking at this video to really consider investing in a black-owned business, because it starts, but for it to survive, it needs our support, each and everyone's support. People think that the quality in the black-owned business is not good, but I can tell you that the quality is always good, most of the times. Yes, you can get some flaws here and there, just like any business. But that should not be a discouragement of really giving the feedback to the person and say, hey, this one, I think you could have improved this way or that way, so that the business can be improved. And we have to start really investing in one another, keeping the money in the community. And that is the way we raise up above the bottom line. Because if we continue this pace of not having consideration for your own business, of not having consideration for your neighbor's business, that will just end up destroying the community. So this is an encouragement that we really have to stand and to be courageous. And for those who are on business, please try to provide the best services, because service as well attracts. You have to really provide good customer service. If there is no good customer service, of course, the business cannot prosper as it is. So we have to be much more considerate of our clients and how we approach them and how we welcome them. So the approach is very important. And also the quality of the goods that we present. So we can see that most of the businesses in Africa are being owned by the expatriates, people from outside. You have the Turkish, the Greece, you have the Chinese, you have the Indians, and I don't know, no. And we are being left selling bananas on the streets. We have nothing. We are being left selling, I don't know, potatoes on the streets. So we have to build lucrative businesses. And those businesses have to be supported by you who's looking on this channel. So please consider subscribing if you've not subscribed. Thank you very much. We are here to promote black-owned business. Thank you.